So hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to this video. Students, in this particular video, we'll be solving the previous year paper of computer knowledge of NABARD grade A 2023. Why we are doing that? क्योंकि solving the previous year paper helps you to first understand what are the important topic of that particular subject in that particular examination. That means you can do exam focus preparation. Okay, so first it will help you to understand important topics. Second, it will also help you to understand what kind of questions can be asked. Okay, so what will be the depth, how much you need to study, these kind of things. The third important thing that you need to know before you prepare for any examination is how to prepare, or what are the sources to prepare for the examination. For that we will talk at the end. Okay, but first let's jump into the very first question. The question is, what is the full form of VFX? A very direct, very easy question. Simply they are asking you about full form. That means we get to know that full forms are very important for the examination. Okay, so here the options are visualized expression, virtual expression, video effects, visual extension, visual effects. So if we are talking about VFX, where have you heard this term VFX? In context of movie, when we talk about, okay, VFX were good, VFX were bad. So VFX is the terminology that we use. So what will be the full form? It is related to, effects that we are using. So VFX is visual effects. So option E will be the correct answer. It was direct question. Either you know it or you don't. If you don't know it, don't waste too much time on this particular question. So here I have explained it to you. Visual effects, when we are talking about, it is basically imagery that you are creating. You can manipulate it. If you are talking about the action movie, Marvel produce a lot of movies like that. You need to, animated movie if you are talking about. So there also we are using VFX only. Okay. So second question is, which of the following shortcut key is used for the screen lock and password is required to unlock the screen? So here basically the question is related to the shortcut key. Another very important topic. If you take a look at the previous year question of year 2022, 2021, 2024, you will see a lot of questions have been asked from the shortcut. So another important topic for your examination. Here the options are window key plus L, control alt del, control shift S, escape key, alt F4 or control tab. So the correct answer will be, so basically it is asking which key or which shortcut you can use to shut down your computer. The answer will be option A. Alright, so window key and L. Not shut down, basically what happen is your computer get, for a while being your computer screen get locked. Okay. The very next question is, in the incognito mode, or the incognito mode does not store which of the following information: data entered in forms, your browsing history, browsing cookies. Your option are 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 3 only, 1 and 2 and 3, 2 only. So here another important topic that you're getting is the computer safety. Don't focus only on incognito mode. Incognito mode, where it comes from the computer safety or online safety that we are talking about. Okay, that we are talking about. Sorry. Okay, so this you will have to tell whenever we are talking about computer safety. Incognito mode is important part, so you will have to tell incognito mode mein which things or which information is not getting stored. Alright, so if you have answered option number D, that is all the three things will not get stored, your answer is absolutely correct. To understand incognito mode, you need to understand that only these three things, the browsing history, cookies and the information that you have entered in the form, the Google form that we are talking about here, so that will not get stored. However, it doesn't mean that nobody can see your history. Your internet service provider, ISP provider, he can see your computer history. A lot of things, if you have downloaded something, the path gets saved. So you don't have to consider incognito mode as, completely you are anonymous. No. Okay, you can still be tracked while you're using the incognito mode. The very next question is, which computer device played a key role during World War II, helping the Germans during the war? Enigma, IBM, Colossus, ENIAC or Abacus? So from here, see, the particular topic is you don't have to see okay what time or what was the development. No, here we are talking about basically the stepping stone. We are basically talking about the stepping stone that helped to build the modern computer. So here you will have to tell ki which particular device was there that made the father of modern computer very famous. So the correct answer will be option number A, Enigma. Enigma se hi we have Enigma code also. So Enigma was basically a ciphering machine. That means whatever messages that you are sending, that used to get saved, and you need to have a particular code to crack it. However, if we are talking about Alan Turing, okay, Alan Turing, what he did, he basically broke that code. He cracked the code or broke the code. Okay, so Alan Turing is the important person here because he is a very important personality in computer knowledge. And if you are talking about the development he have done contribution, wahan se that question have been asked. Okay, the very next question is ASCII stands for what? Again, another very direct, very simple question. You need to see full forms also. VFX maybe same thing was there. So full forms you will have to remember. So if you have answered American Standard Code for Information Interchange, that is absolutely correct. If not, you need to understand that also. So shortcuts jitne bhi are there in any chapter, you will have to read it. Then what keyboard shortcut is commonly employed to toggle between active application in the Microsoft Windows and other operating system? Again, question from the shortcut. So again, another very important thing for your computer knowledge subject in NABARD. So you will have to remember all the shortcuts. So here your option are Control Shift Tab, Alt Tab, Window M, or Control Alt Delete. So if you have answered option number B, that is Alt Tab, you are absolutely correct. If you have 3 windows and you are still working on this one, but you need to switch on that, so you don't need to look for your mouse then go down. No, you don't need to use taskbar, just go for Alt Tab. You can also try it. Okay, next is, which of the following is a benefit of using parental control? Parental control, another important question from the internet safety. Another question that you are getting from the internet safety. Okay, so here you need to tell abhi tak kaun se 3 topic we have discussed. So full forms, very important thing. Okay, then we have our shortcuts, very important, and third is internet or computer safety. So this you need to remember. These three things have been asked in your examination again and again. So parental control, if you are talking about, is it helping you to limit the screen time, or to block access to inappropriate site, or to monitor online activity, or to promote healthy digital habit? The correct answer will be all of these, that is option E. Okay, if we are talking about the parental control, so you need to understand this is basically a feature offered by many computer and many websites also, where you can control over the activity of the children. Okay, so if you are mother or you are father and your children are using computer, so you can control what they are seeing, how much screen time they are getting, what activity they are doing over the computer. So that all things comes under the parental control. So it helps you to limit screen time. It also helps to block inappropriate website, gambling website, things like that. Monitoring online activity, without asking their parents, you must have heard about the case, ki PUBG pe they have wasted this much money, or in a gambling site they have wasted this much money, or they have ordered something of enormous amount. Okay, so all these activity can be monitored. Then of course, promoting healthy digital habits. Nowadays what happen, people have screen time, a lot screen time, but since children are very palpable. So what you can do is, you can control how much access they have to your digital devices. So it will create a habit ki okay, I have to use mobile phone, or I'll have to use the iPad or TV basically for this much amount of time. Okay, now question number 8, which of the following companies are involved in production of microprocessor? Another very important thing, microprocessor. Okay, so companies you will have to tell. Isme a little bit of presence of mind is required. So if your option are Intel, AMD, Qualcomm, MediaTek, Microsoft HCL Core Huawei, Microsoft Apple Core Starter, Intel, AMD, Nvidia Arsenal, Intel, AMD, Qualcomm, or Mahindra Tech. देखो इसमें a little bit of common sense you will have to use, the things that you have heard. Everything will not be directly from the material that you have read or prepare for, but yes, you can also skip some question. Non-merit section hai, you don't need to panic a lot even if you can't do 2 or 3 questions. Okay, so if you have answered option number A, that is Intel, AMD, Qualcomm, and MediaTek, you're absolutely correct. Otherwise, no issue. Okay, moving toward the next question. What is the primary purpose of task manager? Is it managing tasks in the project or workflow, monitoring the performance of computer system, regulating access to a computer system? So you will have to tell what will be the purpose of a task manager. So basically another important topic that you can see here is task manager, and it come from managing the activity of your computer. Okay, so if you are talking about option number 1 and 2, these are the work of task manager, so option number B will be correct. If you are talking about option number 3, that is regulating access to computer system, that is the function of your operating system that you are using, or let's say firewall, just say password and all things. Okay, so who can access your computer, what your computer can access, these kind of thing. Okay, moving toward the question number 10, which statement accurately defines the scenario when we download document in incognito mode? Another question from computer safety. We are talking about incognito mode again. Okay, is it the document will be saved temporary folder and deleted when incognito mode is closed? Document will be saved to the download and can be seen by anyone who uses the device. Document will be encrypted and cannot be seen by anyone without the password. Document will be uploaded to the cloud and can be accessed from anywhere, none of the above. I have already given the explanation, so if you have answered option number B, that is absolutely correct. Otherwise you need to prepare the internet safety topic very carefully, because again and again question have been asked from this. Okay, so I have explained it, what incognito mode hides and what incognito mode doesn't hide. Again, even if you visit any website, your history might not be recorded, but your internet service provider can access your computer history. Alright, question number 11. What is the accurate sequence for memory speed ranging from fastest to slowest? Here we are talking about the hierarchy. Here we are talking about the memory hierarchy. So we have different kind of hierarchy. We have cache, we have ROM, we have hard disk, floppy disk, tape drive, CD. So you will have to tell what will be the hierarchy. Now this question is very low hanging fruit. Okay, so this I hope you are able to give the correct answer, option number A, that is cache, ROM, hard disk, floppy disk and tape drive. Okay, to understand this you need to understand this very simple diagram. Memory hierarchy, when we are talking about, the CPU register are the fastest, however are the smallest. Okay, capacity wise smallest but speed wise fastest. Okay, then we have cache. Okay, sometime you can also, because cache uses SRAM, so you can also see written it as SRAM. Then we have main memory, that is DRAM. Then we have magnetic disk or disk storage. Then we have optical disk, and then we have magnetic tape. Even in between, if you get some diagram, you will be able to easily see it. Okay, you don't need to worry ki, okay, we have the ROM here. What is ROM basically? ROM is basically your primary memory or the main memory. Okay, so if you remember this diagram and you know what comes under main memory, what comes under the cache memory or magnetic disk, you will be able to easily answer it. Alright. Moving toward the next question, what is the full form of BCC? Again, we are getting the question from full form. Okay, so you will have to tell BCC what is the full form. It is basically used in the emails. It is basically used in the emails. You have, key who you want to send. So it will be like to, then it will be like CC, then it will be BCC. So to is the intended receiver. If you want to send a message to your mother, so you will type the email address of your mother here. Okay, then CC mein, if you want somebody to have knowledge ki, okay, I have sent the mail. Okay, and BCC mein basically the person will be able to see the mail, however the people that are in to, or the receiver will not be able to know ki, okay, somebody is there in the BCC. So BCC ki full form is basically your blind carbon copy, because other people are not able to see it. So it will be blind carbon copy, option number B. Okay, moving toward the next question, which of the following is the primary use of stylus input device? Your options are selecting and drawing on a touch screen, typing text on keyboard, moving the cursor on computer screen, scanning document and printing document. First of all, the correct answer is option number A, that is selecting and drawing on the touch screen. How you will be able to see it? You don't even need to know what is the function of stylus. If you just remember what a stylus is, this is a stylus. Okay, so what this pen can do, if you are talking about the conventional pen, we are able to write it on the paper. So similarly, if you are talking about the stylus, it's a type of digital pen. So what we can do, we can draw in the touch screen. Okay, then question number 14, what technological advancement addressed the issue that were associated with vacuum tubes? So again, here we are talking about the different generations of computer, but the language you will have to use, what sophisticated language they have used. They have not asked you, okay, what component was used in second generation, third generation, fourth generation. No, they have asked you vacuum tubes. If you are talking about the vacuum tube, they were used in the first generation. So they were replaced by what in second generation? This is the actual question. Okay, so if you have answered option number A, that is absolutely correct, transistor. To give you a little idea, so first generation mein we have vacuum tube, second generation mein we have transistor, third generation mein we have integrated circuit, in fourth generation we have VLSI, and in fifth generation we have the ULSI microprocessor. Okay, so this you need to remember. Iske alawa bhi there are a lot of things that you need to remember. Where you can get that? We are taking computer classes, and you know we have discussed it again and again, so you need to cover that from there. Even you can also visit the computer classes of UPSC EPFO. Okay, computer वहाँ पे भी पढ़ाई जा रही है, you will be able to understand it from there also. Next question is, which of these options employ quick bit in its operation? So basically they are talking about the types of coming computer, or new new type of computer that we are getting. So if we are talking about qubit, not quick bit, qubit, so a little bit it is in the name also. So is it quantum computer, classic computer, supercomputer, mainframe computer, or mini computer? By the name itself you can understand. If you are talking about qubit, these are used in the quantum, it's a quantum term. Okay, so it will be used in quantum computer. Alright, if you are talking about the quantum computer, they basically use the qubits. What are qubits? They are the basic unit of information. Okay, so in basic unit of information in quantum computer we have qubit. The question can also be reversed. Alright, moving toward the next question. What type of printer typically employed in office setting for the purpose of producing high volume of document and or paper? So this question falls in the line of microprocessor. Microprocessor is basically a part of computer, and we had question from its activity, or कि उसका काम basically क्या होता है. So here also we are talking about the printer. So you will have to tell, out of all those printer which is used in office to produce high volume of documents. So the correct answer will be option B, that is a laser printer. Moving toward the next question, the action of dragging two finger across the touchpad of laptop is used for closing all open tabs, zooming in or out of the document, right clicking, dragging and dropping the files of the object, and switching between the applications. So if you use the phone, you can easily tell what happened when we drag any file or anything using the two computer. If you have touchpad laptop, there what is the function? So it is basically from the gesture part. Okay, so if you are talking about types of operating system, we have different type of operating system. So here you will have to tell what gesture type mein this question is. So if you have answered option number B, zooming in, zooming out. Okay, so dragging ka action se zooming in, zooming out we can do. We can also use it in map. So here if you have answered option B, absolutely correct. Very low hanging fruit. From the common point they are asking the question. Next question. Who is credited with pioneering the first electronic computer? Electronic computer you will have to tell. Again, from the personality of the computer or the people involved in the computer, you are getting the question. So if you have answered option number C, that is John Atensov, you are absolutely correct. If you have not answered this, you need to revise your concepts. Okay, so that is question number 18. At the end, I'll discuss again what are the important topics that were asked in year 2023, so that you have a better idea. Okay. Coming toward the next question, what is the full form of CDR? Is it compact disk read, rewritable, recordable, random access memory, or write once, read many? Okay, CDR if we are talking about. So what will be the correct answer? Option number A, option number C, that is compact disk recordable. Okay, compact disk recordable. I'll explain what all these things mean. So when we are talking about compact disk read, these are basically the CDs in which already some content is there and you cannot change the content. Whatever is there, any song, any movie, anything that is recorded over this disc, you can only access that. You cannot rewrite it, you cannot change anything. Then we have rewritable. Rewritable, if you are talking about, it is something that you can delete and write again, delete and write again, delete and write again. Okay. Then we have recordable. Recordable is basically when you can only write once. So the disk is empty, okay, but you burn the information on it once. Okay, you have burned the information it once. Now you cannot change it. You can only change the content when it was empty at once. Okay, and these two doesn't exist. You cannot, you don't need to focus on that. Only ABC you need to focus on. Question number 20 and the last question. What keyboard shortcut can be used to switch between window while using the virtual desktop? Okay, again another question from the shortcut part. So here you will have to tell if you want to, switch between the windows, not tabs, windows. Now what you used to use, what you need to use. So the option will be window key, control, left arrow or right arrow. Alright. So now giving you key, okay, in 2023 maximum question were asked from which topics? So we have the shortcuts, okay, we have the internet safety, okay, then we also have different parts of computer, and from the prominent personalities or the computer key personalities that were involved in the development of computer. Okay, so these were important part. Again some miscellaneous question were there, but if you have prepared these 4 questions 2023 mein computer was no problem. All right, now with this students we have closed all things. Now coming to the very important question, from where you can prepare for your computer subject. So let's go there and I'll show you what EduTap have to offer to you. Alright, so when we are talking about the preparation, here you can see our institute or EduTap is offering you basically 2 basic courses. That is your computer mein you have the silver course, here you can see, and computer mein you also have the gold course. Alright, in gold course what you are getting? You are getting live classes, concept notes, summary sheet, mock test and interview session. If we are talking about the silver course, so silver is basically for the people who have some kind of knowledge they have, or somewhat they have prepared for phase 1 but they need help in phase 2. So for that we have the silver course. So you here again you are getting live classes, concept notes, summary sheet, mock test and interview session for the phase 2 subject basically that are also common in the phase 1. But if you are talking about the gold course, here everything will be covered, and beside this you can also go, if you you are somebody, you want to first test, okay, I have prepared but I need more practice. So for that we are also offering the test series, you can also check it out. Alright, beside this, if you're new here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here you can see you get all the videos. If you're preparing for regulatory bodies, for NABARD, for RBI, for any regulatory body that you're preparing for, so you can access here. It's absolutely free. You can get the classes there. You can also be disciplined in your preparation. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you will have a very nice day.